Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome to F1 Manager Challenge Mode, the series where we deliberately make things a little bit harder by adding in some additional rules and regulations that we have to adhere to. And we are heading to Baku for round 8 of our second season here with our two young rookie drivers at Aston Martin. And we're bringing a big update package to the car as well. New rear wing, new underfloor, new side pods, all gone on the car just in time for this Grand Prix, and it has made our car look a little bit more potent. So I'm hoping that we can achieve a really good result here. This was where we got our first really good result last season, where we were mighty in Baku, and then we actually went one better in Canada, completely against the run of play. But this one we actually had genuine pace, because our car was very good in the low speed stuff, and this whole circuit is long straights and low speed corners where we were pretty strong. So let's see if we can continue that sort of run of form at Baku this season as well. Let's take a look at how our car looks going into this Grand Prix. And there you can see, it looks like another team or two have brought some updates as well, but we are 7th now in top speed. A big improvement from last night at Monaco, where I think we were something like 13th, if not worse, maybe even 16th at one point. And you can see our cornering speed, very good in the low, medium and high speed, all across the board. Our brake cooling and engine cooling have also improved a little bit, but we do still need a little bit more to really bump those up. And so we do have some more minor upgrades on the way. Let's have a quick look at those minor upgrades that we put into effect last night. So we've got a new minor chassis, a new minor side pods and a new minor suspension all on the way. We will get 2 of those in time for Silverstone, which will be the chassis and the side pod suspension, and then the side pods will get those in time for Austria. So yeah, some additional upgrades, mainly to focus on cooling. So these two are obviously going to benefit our engine cooling, and the suspension is to benefit our brake cooling, and any additional bonuses we get on the car, like a little bit here and a little bit there on our cornering or our speed, is obviously a welcome addition. But these are all cooling focused. As you can see, engine cooling is the main attribute that we want to focus on there, and same again here. So these were both built with, well, the chassis was built with everything getting a boost. The side pods were built optimized for cooling, as was the suspension to optimize the brake cooling. So yeah, looking forward to getting those upgrades on just for that little extra boost to improve those areas of the car. Let's go ahead and set up performance targets for tonight's race. We are going to get one car into Q3 according to the incentive. I think we can probably get both cars into Q3 relatively comfortably. I'm going to make that our default there. So 2 into the top 10, both into Q2. Fastest lap is definitely achievable here, and we got it in Monaco. And we're probably going to run a very similar strategy. We're probably going to run a soft, medium, soft, or a medium, soft, soft around this circuit rather than the sort of medium hard. We will go for the 2-stop. So once again, we'll be very fast towards the end of the Grand Prix. Finish position wise, we're going to try and get both cars to finish this time. That would be really nice. And I think I've got the pace to get both into the top 8. So we're going to go for that. Obviously, we broke the finish position streak last time out with Freddie failing to finish, but we will hopefully be able to rectify that tonight. The new streak is just 1 in 15th before races. That's pretty straightforward, and we're nearly halfway through the quali streak. So let's crack on and head to practice. Evening, Farah. How are you tonight?
Hello from Baku, where we're looking forward to a weekend of racing among the medieval and the modern, here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Drivers will be battling it out on the streets of the Baku city circuit, a real contradiction of a track. From the long main straight, where the less drag the better, to the tight turns where downforce is a necessity. teams are going to have to work hard to get that balance right. The season is about halfway through, and it makes me wonder what else is in store for the teams. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's get this underway.
Alright, so we've got good weather again this weekend. No real issues at all. Let's get our cars set up. So we'll start with taking out the parts we used for the last race. Got to remember that we did get a bit of a knock on the gearbox for Freddy as a result of his crash. ERS modules are fine. And there you can see Freddy's gearbox did take a bit of a whack, so he will need another one at some point. Farah says he's looking forward to this one. Yeah, me too. I've been counting down to this one. This new upgrade package. I'm really hoping it's going to make us a bit more mighty. Who knows? Could we possibly get ourselves in contention for a podium? Yeah, I think we're a little short of that. The car's capable of it, but I don't know if the drivers are. But you know, mid-points I think is very much an achievable target here. Right, let's get our cars set. So let's start with a 2, a 10, a 2.8, a 2.95, and a 1. And that's just outside of tolerance. So let's go to a 3.05 instead. Let's try dropping that to a 1.5. There we go. That is a starting setup I've got. So we'll give that one a go. We want to go 15 laps of fuel here at Baku because it is quite a long lap. There we go. And again, we're going to switch the tyres out to hards for the first session. Make sure I do that on both cars tonight. There we go, and setup for this car. Now we'll try and put the other setup onto this one here. So 210, 2.8, 2.95 and a 1. That one fits. So let's give that one a go. And set the driving pace, and we're ready to go. Evening, Marcel.
Radio check.
Radio check.
It is green now.
So another reason why I really enjoy this circuit is because it's actually quite a good one for overtaking. You know, if you can get the car set up right, then you've got a very long main straight, which is, you know, good for getting some overtakes done, or at least getting a position for an overtake on the second DRS straight between turns 2 and 3. They're your two real overtaking opportunities. There aren't that many more. You know, if you get side by side through turn 1, you can maybe get an overtake going through turn 2 onto the second DRS straight, but that's pretty much it for your overtaking opportunities. But they are pretty powerful overtaking opportunities, so it is very much possible to move your way through the field here. Yeah, especially if you're on an alternative strategy like we're probably going to be running with the 2-stop. You know, we're going to be coming from behind in the late stages of the race, but with very, very fast pace, thanks to sets of brand new softs. And this is a circuit that will allow us to actually be able to do that. So, yeah, I enjoy racing here. Right, who binned it?
Sounds like There's been a crash.
Ocon crashed.
Let's take a look at the replay. Now have a watch of this. Looks like Ocon.
Yep, that's not so clever. He does that again this session and he'll retire because he'll have broken his chassis / suspension. Quick scanning of the leaderboard shows once again no other teams are running reserve drivers. I say no other teams, no teams, because obviously we're not running reserves either.
What's your thoughts on coming in or doing any more?
Alright, so we've got 85% for Freddie. That's not bad. Good starting position. Might be the rear wing that's going to need to change. Probably push it up to a 10.5. Let's see what Felipe's is. 83. So again, it's probably going to be the rear wing. Got another yellow flag.
There's been a crash.
It's Vettel this time.
Look. Now look at this. It was the Alpha Tauri driver involved. Oh, a nasty crash there.
He got away with it. He's stayed out. No need for him to box. So might have done a little bit of damage to the tyre, but he didn't get a puncture. Didn't do anything that needed him to pit.
So I'm entering the pit now.
Copy that. Use pit method.
Okay, so yeah, it's the rear wing. I thought it might be. So let's have a look at my 10.5s. So I've got a 2, a 10.5, a 3.7, a 2.9, and a 0.85. So let's convert to that and see if that's going to work. Let's take a look at Freddie. Freddie's is also his rear wing. I do have a 1.5, 10.5. Again, it's a 3.7. A 2.9. The 0.75. If we make a slight tweak to that. Let's give that a go. Get the guys back out on track. Run them to the flag. So I saw some worrying comments from Carlos Sainz earlier today, following on from the Australian Grand Prix, where he basically said that Ferrari have also gone the wrong way with their concept. Listed off a whole load of things that their car is worse, Red Bull is better at than them, and it was a lot. And it suggests that Ferrari are going to have to abandon their concept as well, as Mercedes are obviously talking about abandoning theirs. So that kind of means that for both of those two teams, in terms of a championship challenge, this season is already a write-off. which means Red Bull are going to walk it, and that's disappointing. You know, I was hoping for a better battle this season. I was hoping that Ferrari, having been so fast in the early stages of the last season and then having to turn their engines down because of reliability issues, hoping that they would be able to build on that in terms of improving the reliability of their engine and refining their concept, would actually make them on a pretty even pace with Red Bull. Obviously we haven't seen that in the early stages, but now we're seeing that Ferrari are talking about abandoning their concept completely and going to a Red Bull style design, which, yeah, I understand. It's, you know, it's the winning car at the moment, so everyone's going to try and do their own interpretation of it, but I think it's a bit of a shame when all the cars are going to have a completely, you know, when they don't, you know, when the cars have individual character, it's nice to see, you know, there's variations in the style and design, but when they all go to a kind of a single starting point, it does take a little bit away, I think, of the specialness when you get regulation changes. And I'm worried that all the cars are just going to end up looking pretty much identical with barely noticeable differences. Although it is interesting to see that, you know, this year Aston Martin have kind of incorporated Red Bull and Ferrari into their design. So they have very similar front parts of their side pods, but they also have elements of the scalloping that Ferrari use on their side pods as well. And they've shown a good jump forward in pace. So maybe it's not all doom and gloom for Ferrari. Maybe it isn't a case of that setup or that concept is a dead horse. Maybe they'll go down the Aston Martin route and try and do a hybrid of the two. Be interesting to see as the season progresses. So we've nailed Felipe's car. That's good. Freddie's isn't too far away at 95%. Session is over. So we'll make a few tweaks and see if we go the right way in session 2. So we'll go 20 laps. Obviously we changed the pace. And let's have a tweak. So, oh, we did actually break something. Rear wing is spot on. Let's try that. Oh, tyres. Nearly forgot.
Radio check. Radio check.
You'd happily see Red Bull win every race. Yeah, no, I won't listen to you there, Farah. I can't stand Red Bull. I don't really have any animosity towards any teams until, well, I never really had an animosity towards any teams until Red Bull came along, and those early days when they were, you know, winning championships every year, Christian Horner was just insufferable. He was so smarmy, and then when they started losing, and other teams started coming to the fore, they were just insufferable. But in the opposite way, Christian Horner just would not stop bitching about everything, and other drivers and other teams, and playing the victim cards and blaming Renault and taking absolutely zero responsibility for their lack of success on their own shoulders. It was always other teams' fault, because they were cheating, or which I find very rich, because Red Bull have done some pretty underhand things themselves, or it was down to we've got a great car, but our engine supplier is letting us down, and it was never their fault. It was always someone else's fault, and I just not a big fan. And you could make that argument about other teams, that they've done that as well, but for me, no one's done it as bad as Red Bull and Horner. And the way they kowtowed to Seb and bent over to give him his every desire when he was winning. They created a very hostile atmosphere between their two drivers, between Vettel and Webber, because they always backed Vettel. They never gave Webber the support they gave Vettel. And they've done exactly the same since Max has come along. With every teammate that Max has had, they've backed Max and stuck two fingers up at their other driver and said, get in line or get out, kind of thing. And their young driver program has been a dead end for so many promising careers as well. Right, we're at 95% still. So something will have improved, something will have decreased. We'll have a look when we get back to the garage. Okay, so we found the right way to go with traction, but in the process we also went the wrong way with something else, be it the front wing or the camber or the toe, or all three. It's going to be a little bit trickier to figure this one out, so let's try. Let's try, let's see. Let's try that. That's a very, very minimal tweak to cornering, a little bit of a tweak to braking stability, a little tweak to the oversteer, keeps the traction where it was, hopefully isn't going to break the straights. And we'll find out in the next session whether we've made the right call there. Alright, so let's go 18 laps of fuel. And let's see if we got the changes right.
Radio check. Radio check.
Okay, it's green now.
So, assuming that the setup is fine, this is just about a long enough run to make sure we get 100% track knowledge on both cars, and also get them the 30 minutes of session track time that they need to get the maximum points for competing in the session. But it also gives us time to react as well. So if we have gone the wrong way with SD, as soon as we get the feedback, we'll pull him in if it's not close to 100, make some changes and send him back out again. Felipe, we can just leave him running. He's sorted. And then when we get to quali, we'll finally find out just how fast our new car is. Okay, here comes the feedback. Oh, we went the wrong way. Okay, so let's call them in. We need to fix this. Ooh, excuse me. Right, let's see what's gone wrong. So, again, we found the right front wing. It's the braking stability and the cornering that are the wrong way round. So, can I tweak that without breaking my front wing? I think that's the best I can do. I risk breaking the traction here. I'm going to go with that and just hope that that's good enough. Let's give him a new set of softs, even though he doesn't really need them. This one's proving a little trickier to nail down. But this is our last roll of the dice, really, setup-wise. Whatever we get at the end of this, we'll have to go with the best setup we've got. There we go. Felipe has finished his run. Car part knowledge isn't quite at 100%, at 85%, but it will be by the time Freddie finishes running, so that will boost Felipe's bonus up to 15. Obviously, car part knowledge took a big hit because we dropped 3 brand new parts on the car. It's not very often I do that. Drop 3 brand new parts on in one race. Apart from at the very beginning of the season, obviously. In fact, I'm actually going to send him out for a short blast. Just to make sure we do get that extra car part knowledge. Because it's touch and go as to whether we'll get that extra 1% in the remaining 10 minutes. We should do, but this will make sure we definitely do. With 2 drivers, we'll accrue at a faster rate. And there we go. That is the 15%. So there we go. We're now at 15 out of 15. So we can call Felipe back in. Now we can focus on whether this setup is the right way. Keeping my fingers crossed. Oh, we nailed it. Excellent stuff. So we can call them in. And there we go. I am actually going to add that setup to the notebook. So that is a 2. Oh. Let the pens start working. There we go. So it's a 2, a 10.5, a 3.7, a minus 2.95, and a 0.95. There we go. Right, let's get some good bits on the car so that we can see just how quick it is. ARS modules brake at 40, so they're fine. Gearboxes brake at 40 as well, so those 2 gearboxes are fine. Engines start degrading at 50. Or they start their serious degradation at 50.
Radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
Alright, here we go with our first runs. Hopefully we'll get a clean lap so that we can just sit out the rest of the session. How fast is our car? We take a look at last season. You can see we finished in 8th place last season and 11th with Freddie. I'm trying to see if there is a pole prediction. Average lap. That's pace on tyres. Oh, I know. It's in somewhere. There's supposed to be a prediction of lap time, like a predicted pole. At least I thought there was supposed to be that somewhere. Ah, well, never mind. I was looking to see if we could figure out ahead of time just what sort of time we're looking at. We know the lap records are 1:43.9 from Leclerc, but from a couple of years back, that's probably not going to get beaten. We have got a little bit of traffic up front. There's at least one Williams there. So both Williams running nose to tail. Or is that a Red Bull in front of the Williams? Might be a Red Bull, I'm not sure. Can't tell, the icons are overlapping a bit too much. I think it's both Williams. Hopefully we're not going to catch him in a horrible spot. Okay, we kind of managed to get through that okay. What about Felipe? Freddie, sorry. Freddie gets through the first one fine. And he'll actually get a benefit on the second one because he'll get a nice little slipstream hit. And Freddie goes purple in the final sector and goes nearly 2.5 tenths faster than his teammate as a result. The slipstream is pretty powerful here. So 1:43.9, is that a new lap record pace? No, 1:43.009. Okay, I was going to say, did we just break the lap record? No, we didn't. But we're a second faster than the Haas of Schumacher. We are right on the tail of Ocon and Bottas. Oh, that's disappointing. I thought we'd be a little bit faster than those guys. It's early days. We were the first on track. So the track was at its dirtiest with the least amount of grip. Q2 will give us a better, clearer picture because we'll go out later. 6 tenths off Leclerc. That's not too bad. Verstappen with the 1:42.9. Quali records do not count as lap records. Lap records are race only, so that won't break the lap record. But we've got enough to easily sit out the rest of the session. And then, as I say, we'll do a scrub run at the start of session 2. And then a new tyre run at the end of session 2 and see where we end up. I think what I'll also do is I'll get my drivers to slipstream each other. So we'll give Freddie a tow in the second run, but we'll give Felipe the tow in the first run, I think. So who are we going to lose? We're going to lose Vettel, Zhou, Schumacher, Ricciardo and Stroll. Yeah, wow, Albon's way down in 15th. Not a good circuit for the AlphaTauri by the look of it. Okay, putting on the scrubs. I could theoretically put a better engine in, but I don't really want to. Don't want to break another new engine this early in the season.
Radio check.
Radio check.
it's green now.
Might be a touch too far away for the slipstream here, but Drogovic does have that extra pace, so maybe he'll catch Vesti by the end of the lap, which is kind of what I'm hoping for here. For that long straight. He is quicker in the first sector. And the middle sector. So Dirtier's not proving a problem. He's probably a bit too far away for a distant tow. And we are a long way off Verstappen. But only 4/10 off Sainz. And that's on scrubs. What the AI is using scrubs as well. Let's get some new tyres on. And we'll go out at the back of the queue. I need to switch my drivers around. I forgot to turn off Felipe's instruction to stay behind Freddie. So as soon as he came out the pits, he immediately pulled over. Is he going to get close enough? I don't know if he's going to get close enough to get Freddie to move over. He's not. So we'll have to do this and hope. We have got more pace than Russell. But given how far Russell is off Hamilton, you have to suspect that Russell got held up. Leclerc definitely must have got held up. So here we go. To hold both positions in, or even improve slightly in this second session. Felipe is definitely closer this time round than he was last time round, so he should get a mighty tow from Freddie. If he's not at least 3/10 faster, then something's gone horribly wrong. As we come out of the castle section. This is where Felipe is going to get a monster tow. And this is what we want to do for Freddie in session 3. Freddie needs to improve. And he needs a couple of tenths. Well, not even that. And then he needs a tenth to knock Russell out. And he does. Just. And Felipe jumps all the way up to 5th. Thanks to that slipstream. Look at the difference in lap time there. 0.7 of a second. That's the slipstream around this circuit. It's mighty. That's why I want to make sure that we have Vesti, who is the slower of our 2 drivers, behind in Q3. We're only going to do 1 run on scrubs because I want to save 2 brand new sets of softs for the race for our strategy. But if we can launch Vesti up to the middle of the pack, that will stand us in great stead for the Grand Prix. So Russell is out along with Ocon and Norris and Magnussen and Albon. Right, our one and only run.
Radio check.
And we're waiting till the end of the session. This is a risk. If there's a red flag for whatever reason, then we're boned completely. If there's a yellow flag in front of us on our lap that's going to hold us up, we're kind of screwed. But we'll see. We'll see how we do. Alright, Perez going out a little early. Rest of the field now starting to make their move. Give them a little bit of space. There we go, it's enough. They are a little closer than I'd like. I would have preferred it if Vesti was slightly further away. But given that Felipe is faster through the corners, this section of the track is where I expect him to open that gap up when they're on their push laps, and then Freddie can use that slipstream to pull that gap right back up again on the run to the line. Alright, here we go. Starting their attack run. So I'm expecting out of our 2 drivers here, Freddie to be faster in Sector 1 and Sector 3. Felipe to be faster in sector 2. But we don't have purple sector pace on any of the on any of the sectors with our car, unfortunately. That Red Bull once again is just mighty. You can see Verstappen half a second clear of Perez. Our fight here is with Alonso and maybe Hamilton and Sainz if we're lucky. All the AI drivers running scrubs. Hamilton does improve slightly. Leclerc improves slightly. Verstappen doesn't improve. Perez has already set his time across the line, so he's not improved. It's just us now. Everyone else has already crossed the line. Seventh and 10th. Oh, we are further off than I thought we were going to be. That's raw pace. When it comes to slipstreaming, we'll be faster. We saw, just how powerful the slipstream can be with Felipe in Q2. So I'm not overly concerned at this stage. We're in the hunt for 4th, I think. Beyond that, I think it's a bit too much. I don't think we've got the pace to hang with the top 3, but I think we've got the pace to hang with Hamilton down. Hamilton, Sainz, Alonso. We should be able to beat Bottas. Should definitely be able to beat Gasly. So yeah, we're in contention for points. Double point finish, and as I say, I think we've potentially got the ability to maybe be in contention for 4th.
It's time for the final touches here on the grid, ahead of today's race.
Aston Martin performed well during the qualifying session, and they're rewarded with a good grid position for the race. Although we didn't see a standout performance from Alpine during qualifying, everything's still open to them during this race. We've been having sunny weather here today, but there are some clouds looming that might complicate things for teams further down the line.
Well, whatever happens, it's sure to be a tremendous race day here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Okay. Strategy time. We're looking at a medium soft, I think. There we go. So there's our target strategy. As you can see, the one stop, which I'm expecting quite a few teams to do, 18 seconds slower. But by doing this, we do drop out of the queue, which is why I've gone for mediums first, to try and stay with the queue as long as we can. So we don't drop too much in position, and also we don't waste the pace of a set of softs, stuck behind cars that we can't quite overtake, or that we get stuck in a dogfight with and lose time. So we start on the mediums. We'll try and hang with the field as long as we can, and then we'll have the softs to really attack the field again once we come out the pits. We're not going to take any fuel out in this race. I want to have that extra fuel available. We do have an extra set of mediums, so if we get a safety car, then, you know, halfway through our first soft run, then we can switch onto mediums for the closing stage of the race, as opposed to a second set of softs. We'll see how things go. We've got some options. I am going to be a little aggressive off the line, because I want to try and make up some positions if we can in those first couple of corners. And then about halfway through the lap, we'll probably settle down and go back to a standard kind of pace setting.
Quite a few clouds overhead as we look at the lineup on the grid. Aston Martin there. With a top 10 position on the grid, this race could really go either way for them. There's the second Aston Martin. A top 10 position today, but will they be able to capitalise on it? The race start is mere seconds away. Here we go with the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
Alright, can we get a good start? Felipe up the inside of Russell. He's gained a place already. Freddie is fending off Bottas and can hopefully get alongside Alonso, who is starting on softs, as is Hamilton and Perez. So if those guys are going soft hard, they're going to be slow at the end of the race. That's really going to help us. But of course, if there is a late safety car, they will absolutely dive into the pits for a new set of tyres. Russell still fighting side by side with Felipe. And Felipe has now got that move done. We're going to go into lap 2. With our tyres and battery turned up a touch. And then, you know, once we get through turn 2, that's where we'll turn stuff down. Need to clear Gasly quickly here if we can.
This is good, come on. Back off.
And yeah, we're kind of stuck here at the moment, so let's calm things down again. Red Bull out of sight already. Yep.
Yeah, take it easy.
Yeah, I'm going to absolutely walk this season in the game. So Freddie's going to struggle for these first few laps because he's chasing down someone on softs with a car that is a little bit quicker than us. So we're going to have to burn battery just to make sure that we can stay with them.
Yeah, copy.
Already Gasly is dropping off the back of Bottas. That will make it slightly easier for Felipe to try and fight his way through. But I think we might be about to lose touch with the leaders. If I can stay within a second on the run into the first turn, we should be okay.
Happy to push.
Yeah, copy.
DRS enable.
We need a good launch out of this corner to get into the DRS. Don't think we got it. I don't know. It's going to be tight. Yes, we did. Just. We needed that. Absolutely needed that to stay in touch.
Copy.
And there's Felipe making the move. Let's get him to deploy so he can win this side-by-side battle.
Come in.
And also to make sure he can get onto the back of Bottas.
This is good, come on.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
And it's the lack of traction through here compared to the soft drivers where we're really struggling. I don't have anything left to really attack with.
So we just need to push now.
Copy.
Use energy if you need it, use energy.
Copy.
Now just hang on. I think I just about managed it. Yeah, there we go. Here comes Felipe making a look at Bottas. Freddie just about hanging on still. And here comes Felipe, and this is going to help us if we can get Felipe onto the back of Vesti. That will help Vesti because Drogovic should be able to hang on to Alonso quicker, but I don't think.
Good job.
No! Ah, we got an early safety car. Damn it. Major chassis damage. I don't know if he's going to be able to continue. No, he's out. Damn it, that was our best chance for points here. I was pushing him to make sure he got ahead of Bottas in that side-by-side, and yeah, we paid the price. That is... that's so brutal. To lose our best chance of a strong finish. This will help our strategy a little bit with Freddie though, because we had to push his tyres a bit and we drained his battery. So this gives him a chance to cool those tyres down, bank a little bit of fuel, save a little bit of wear on the tyres, and get that battery recharged. Let's take a look at tyres. And you can see because we pushed, we have taken a little bit more wear than the other medium runners, but yeah, not an ideal start at all to lose Felipe. Chance for Freddie to show his quality. He is the Faramir of the team. Boromir has just taken an arrow or several to the chest. It also gives us a chance to really focus in on Vesti in terms of race footage, because we normally spend a lot more time focusing on Felipe because he's usually further up the field. Took you about 5 seconds to get the reference. Alright, is the safety car coming in this lap, or is it going to go out for another one? It's coming in this lap, so we didn't get as much battery in the car as I would have liked, but we did get some.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Copy.
So there is no overtaking until the control line, and there'll be 2 laps with no DRS.
Okay, copy.
I think it might be worth just tucking in for a couple of laps. Wait for the DRS. I would love to continue trying to recharge the battery, but I don't want this gap to open up. Soft tyres have lost a little bit of their competitive edge. Oh! Hello. Alonso's just knackered his car up, and we've got a VSC.
Car in the wall.
Copy.
We just need to charge up.
Okay, copy.
So that's going to create a massive gap now to sights. This makes Felipe's retirement even more painful, because Alonso's going to have to box. He's lost half his front wing, and he's probably damaged his tyres a bit as well. Let's have a look at his tyres. No, his tyres are okay, but he has damaged his front wing. However, he may well have done some damage to his chassis or his suspension, just like Felipe did when he crashed. Obviously not as severe because he's still going, but he's not peeling off. Oh, there we go, so he's peeling off now. But what that does mean is that if he has a similar accident, he could retire, because he could do more damage to whichever of those components he's broken, the chassis or the suspension, pushing it up to major, and if that happens, that's a retirement. So yeah, maybe we could get a little bit more out of this. I don't think we have the pace to break away from Bottas, so I don't really want to try, but I will just burn a little bit of extra fuel, reduce the weight of the car a little. But our chance of taking fourth is gone. So we're in a fight for sixth now. Unless we get another safety car. Which, if Alonso does put it in the wall, is actually quite likely to happen. We've already dropped Gasly. Not sure if he was just slow off the restart or if it's just because he's under pressure from Russell, but yeah, he's already dropped out of DRS range.
So DRS is enabled now.
I know I'm going to get passed by Bottas on the main straight. Sorry, the DRS straight. So I'm just going to go into harvest mode now. It's brought Gasly back into the fold, but no point fighting that overtake because it was going to happen regardless. So we may as well take the opportunity to put more battery in the car. There we go, and we'll run at Bottas's pace for a couple of laps
Got loads of energy.
with a full battery, and then have a look at maybe sprinting. And Russell is through. I think Russell's on softs, so we'll have to watch out for him coming up from behind. Yeah, Russell is on softs. With this burning of fuel, we are pushing the tyres a little bit harder, but not as hard as if we were to click up a, to aggressive tyre pace. So they will continue to wear out slightly faster than the AI. You can see the Red Bull and Mercedes, Perez and Hamilton, their tyres are already starting to suffer. Perez is hanging on to the back of Verstappen. Hamilton's going to start dropping away and into the clutches of Leclerc. And whereas we were able to gap Gasly, we're not going to be able to get Russell. Not while his tyres are about the same freshness as ours. So this is where we want to make the overtake. Want Bottas to go defensive, which he has done. We're going to go straight round the outside of him. And we're going to try and sprint
So use
for a
energy.
lap.
Copy.
See if Bottas will drop back under pressure from Russell.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to manipulate the field a little bit. I'm trying to create a gap for Russell to make an easy overtake on Bottas, so that he can then get a run on us, and then we'll tuck in behind Russell and we'll use Russell's better pace to try and close the gap on the cars in front. That's kind of the plan. Whether or not that's going to work, well, we'll find out in the next few laps, but there's every chance that what I might accidentally do here is unleash Russell and not be able to keep up with him. Which will throw away 6th place. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We have gapped Bottas, so he is going to be vulnerable to Russell. You can see already he's throwing some defensive shapes coming in and out of the corners.
Some lift and coast will help that.
Yeah, copy.
This should be fastest lap. It is. And let's see, have we been able to facilitate an easy overtake for Russell? Not this lap. Although we can see Gasly is overtaking Ocon in the background. Or trying to. How fast did we go last lap? A 1:49.0. Ah, that's pretty quick. So when we push, we've definitely got some pace in the car, but you can only push for so long before the tyres give up, or you run out of battery, or you put it in the wall. And the last thing I want is a double DNF here. This was supposed to be a race where we were going to get a double points finish, and a strong double points finish, and that's not going to happen now. So pace without the battery. And 150.8, Bottas and 150.6, so we are fractionally slower. But Bottas is still having to go very defensive. You can see Russell all over him in the background. Although he might get him here. If he switches to the outside, he's gone back to the inside. He's going to have a lunge. Oh, that's close. That's very close. Someone spun. Oh, it's Perez. No, yeah, it's Perez. Perez has spun.
We've had a crash. Here's the replay.
Where's my replay? It didn't show me the replay. We're up to 5th. Perez dropped all the way down to 7th. So Perez is going to be fighting through. Although his tyres are in pretty rough shape. 56%. Russell has dropped back as a result. He got held up badly by a recovering Perez. So there's now a gap between Bottas and Perez, and then Perez and Russell. That's going to shake things up a little bit. Perez will fight through. He's got the fastest car on the track with his teammate, who is now 5 seconds clear at the front. And he's going to one-stop his way to a dominant victory. Russell's going to close in on Perez, I think, before Perez closes in on Bottas. The question is, how long can we hold off Bottas? He is lapping faster than we are. We're scheduled to stop on lap 19. I might stretch that to lap 20, given that we've had the safety car and a VSC. Although we have pushed the tyres a bit harder as well. We'll see. Bottas is back into DRS range, and we're not going to shake him now. Has Perez damaged his car, I wonder? He doesn't seem to be closing on Bottas. And here comes Valtteri. Once again, I'm expecting him to overtake us here between turns 2 and 3. So we'll try and harvest. Albon's into the pits, so we're seeing a little bit of movement on some of these soft tyre runners. There goes Bottas. Once again, it was an overtake that was always going to happen. So we may as well try and get some benefit out of it with the battery recharge. Get tucked in. Ocon's jumped Russell. I imagine that's going to switch back again at the end of the lap. As we go around the castle. Got to make sure I don't drop out of range. I left him in harvest for just a fraction too long there.
We just need to charge up.
Okay, copy.
Got loads of energy.
Copy.
Wow, Ocon is just pushing through. He's now past Perez. Perez's tyres must really be struggling now for Ocon to jump him. Maybe 5th is potentially on the cards. I'm amazed we've still got the fastest lap as well. Verstappen absolutely cruising to victory right now, and Leclerc has got past Hamilton. Ocon, Perez and Norris into the pits, so we're seeing the first of the front running soft runners into the pits. Perez is going for hards. Is he going to go to the end? That is the question. Let's have a look at the predicted strategies. Let's just go back, make sure we are not going to drop out of range. So, expected strategies, the one stops. Yeah, it's a soft stop between laps 13 and 19, so that's pretty much bang on. They are going to potentially go to the end here. The hard tyres do hang on for a very long time around this circuit. But it does mean they're not going to be that quick, especially in the tail end of the race. So that has potentially taken Perez out of contention for an upper tier finish. Depends how quickly he can move through the field on these new tyres and whether or not he has actually got damage on his car. We'll keep an eye on his pace. There's Hamilton pits. Let's see where he feeds out. He's also going for hard, so he's almost certainly going to be one stopping as well. He's going to come out in front of Vettel by the look of it. There is Vettel. Oh, side by side, he has to tuck him right behind him. And he's not getting past this straight. So that again helps us, you know, if Hamilton's getting held up. Stops him fighting straight through. Just going to have to work for it a little bit harder. Right, so let's see what kind of pace Perez has got on this lap. This will be his first lap, full lap, on those new tyres. As Russell dives into the pits. He was also on soft tyres. Got a yellow flag in sector 1. Is that Hamilton? It is Hamilton. Hamilton's crashed.
Let's have a look. Now, just watch the Mercedes here.
Oh, he just clipped the barrier. Oh, and has that broken his rear wing? Is this Hamilton effectively out of contention?
That's going to be a big blow to the team.
Let's have a look at his car. He hasn't moved yet. He's still waiting for traffic to go through.
Let's see what
All of a sudden things are looking up.
Lewis Hamilton involved in this one.
I was waiting for your cheers and celebrations. Has he damaged the rear wing there? I mean, he should have done. Putting it through the barrier like that. No, it's still all there. But there's got to be some damage to his car. Let's have a look at his tyres. 57%. He's destroyed those brand new tyres he's just put on. He's just taken 40% of their life with that crash. So he's going to have to make another stop. He's probably going to put on a set of mediums in about 10 laps. Has he got front wing damage? Doesn't look like it on the car. So yeah, Hamilton's out of contention for points now. Or at least for a podium anyway. So this race is starting to turn in Vesti's favour. Perez has dropped himself down the running a bit. Hamilton's killed his race chances. He might be able to squeeze into the points, but you know, 8th is going to be a task. We are going to box.
Happy to push.
Okay, copy.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Copy.
Bottas is blocking us. All right, let's ease off.
Okay, copy.
All okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
I'd hoped for a really quick in lap to try and gain a bit more track position. We may as well still push those tyres.
So we just need to push now.
Copy.
We will get the DRS on the approach to the pits, which is nice.
Drop back a bit.
Copy. Into the pit.
Yeah, confirm. Just make sure you get your pit limiter as you come in the pit.
So we're going to come out behind Perez, and we might well come out behind Russell here. Not sure. If we can get out ahead of Ocon and Russell, I'll be happy. Yes, we are. We're right behind Perez. Excellent stuff. And Perez still hasn't caught Alonso yet, which does suggest to me he has got some damage on that car. Oop.
You can use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
Surely we're not going to lunge up the inside here. No, we are. Oh, wow. 3 wide into that turn. That just doesn't happen. That was insane.
That's it.
I kind of hope we get a replay of that.
Aston Martin took a chance, and it's paid off. Let's take a look.
Look at
the
that.
replay.
3
Let's
wide
have a
through
look.
turn
This
2.
was the
That's
Aston
crazy.
Martin.
There's no way that would happen in real life. It's hard to get 2 cars through there without one of them hitting the other one.
And they've really capitalised on that opportunity. That was a big moment. The team are clearly delighted.
Lift and coast will help.
Yeah, perfect.
So this is our chance to really try and fight our way through the traffic as quickly as we can. Try and use the DRS to slingshot ourselves up the order. Verstappen boxes. This will be for a set of hearts. Yeah, there we go. So he's going to go to the end on his set of tyres. Sainz is in as well. So Leclerc's going to box next lap.
Use energy if you need.
Perfect.
And let's try and sprint clear now of Alonso. Don't want to drag him with us.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Perfect.
And we're back to being about 5 seconds behind Sainz again. But hopefully that gap will start coming down once we turn the battery off. Okay, so we've easily broken clear as Leclerc comes into the pits. Wow, where's Leclerc going to feed out? It's going to feed out somewhere around Sainz. There is Sainz, and Gasly's in the pits as well. It's one less car we're going to have to fight our way past. And Leclerc drops out right in front of Sainz. And there's us in the background. So we are currently running 4th. And looking pretty good in the process. Everyone else has made their stop. Hamilton's already changed onto mediums now, so he must have boxed a lot earlier than I thought he was going to. So we may yet see another stop from Hamilton towards the end, maybe onto a set of softs. But yeah, he's well out of it. Hey, Fractured. So our main threat here is not Alonso, it's Perez, Bottas, Russell. They are the three drivers, maybe Ocon as well, that are going to be our biggest threat, I think. We need to pull out a big enough gap.
Okay, happy to
That
lift and coast.
when we do box for a new set of softs later in the race, we have a chance of fighting our way back up to fourth. Which is going to be tough. If I can get onto the back of the Ferraris, that's going to help so much.
So use energy.
Copy.
See if we can use up the last of our battery to at least get close to those Ferraris before it runs out. I'm going to keep pushing the fuel a bit as well. I have a little bit of a fuel deficit. If I can get into the DRS, I can start to try and charge the battery up and hopefully gain a bit more fuel.
So use energy if you need it.
Copy.
So we have low batteries.
Okay, copy.
I really don't want these Ferraris to pass each other here on this straight. I need them to block each other, which they are doing. Excellent. Because that gives me the chance to close. Okay, question is, now that I've caught them, can I hang with them
Perfect.
through this second and third sector? You want a tyre check? There we go. So we have pushed our soft tyres a little hard with the fuel burn, but hopefully it'll be worth it. We just need to stay in touch here if we can.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Copy.
Come on, stay in range, stay in range. It's going to be close. I don't know if we're going to get it. I think we might have just fallen short. We just fell short. Wow, it's so close. I've got to give it a quick squirt here.
You can use energy.
Okay, copy.
There we go, we made it.
Some lift and coast will help that.
Okay, copy.
Right, let's have a quick lap time check. So the Ferraris are doing 149.8s. Perez did a 149.2. So these two fighting each other, they're actually slower at the moment. So now I need them to stop fighting each other, but pull me along with them. Our tyres are already past their best, but they should be good for another few laps before they start dropping off, you know, significantly. Let's get some battery back in the car, because we will need that. And the Ferraris are starting to leapfrog each other, so they should start lapping faster now. So Sainz with a 48.8, Leclerc with a 48.8, Sainz with a 48.9. Now we're lapping 0.6 of a second faster. That's good. Need to stretch the gap to Paris. Again, I don't think we've got the pace to really challenge these Ferraris for a podium. We're really in a fight with Perez and Alonso for fourth, and Alonso's tyres are in worse shape, quite significantly, so Alonso may have to two-stop, which might make him a bit of a threat in the closing laps. Damn it, I wasn't paying attention.
You can use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
Yeah, copy.
This is going to be a tense second half of the race. The Ferraris are leapfrogging now, so they are opening that gap up. We just have to hang on to them. And even with their leapfrogging, they're still lapping slower than Verstappen by quite a way, by a second. Yeah, Verstappen's he's got this championship sewn up already. We're not even halfway through the season. Well, the title was never our challenge this year. Our challenge was regular points. And we are definitely well equipped to do that this year. Let's have a look further down the field. Alonso is still hanging on to the back of Perez. A big gap then to Bottas, and a big gap to Russell and Ocon. So those two are dropping out of contention. They're falling further and further back. Hamilton down is 17th. He's got some traffic to try and fight his way through, and he's struggling at the moment.
Use energy if you need.
Yeah, copy.
We just need to charge up.
Copy.
Our tyres are starting to let go. It's getting harder to stay with them in that castle section. We don't have a huge amount of time left at this, with the ability to charge. About halfway through the stint, just over halfway through. We're scheduled to pit lap 35. So 6 more laps. We've had a spin in sector 1. Is that Bottas?
Car in the wall.
Okay, copy.
We've just had a crash.
It
on the
is.
track. Let's take a closer look. Now let's watch this. The Alfa Romeo involved in this one.
And that
Thank
may
goodness
well be
nobody
damage.
else was involved. That was a big crash.
Yes, I am going to go softs again, unless we get a safety car in the next couple of laps, in which case I'll probably go mediums. Bottas's rear wing appears to be intact. It's not missing half of it, which is usually a good sign. Has he damaged his tyres? Yes, he has. And we've got a red flag. Oh, that's going to change things up.
Red flag, slow down.
We can take a look now. Right, watch this. There's Schumacher.
Oh, is it Hamilton? No,
There's the crash.
it's just Schumacher parking his car in the middle of the corner.
And the team had such high hopes today. What a shame.
So, I was just saying, unless we get a safety car in the next couple of laps, in which case I'll go mediums. I'm going mediums now. The softs won't really last 21 laps. So, brand new set of mediums. Front wing is fine, no need to make any changes there. I'm expecting most of the field to make a change onto new tyres. We're restarting in 4th place.
Not for the first time today. The drivers are lined up, awaiting the lights.
They've gone softs.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Oh, okay. So, are we going to see a 2-stop? I've got so much extra fuel. We can burn all of that because we've got extra life in these tyres. That's a brand new set of mediums, and you can see they just about make it. I don't think those softs are going to go, especially considering they're not even new for half the field. I think we're looking at some of these guys too. Could we possibly be on for a win here? My God, that would be incredible if we can somehow hang on. What's going to happen is, if these guys do pit, which I think they might well have to, they're going to be blisteringly fast. And we're going to be hanging on, but it's not beyond the realm of possibility. A podium is certainly on now. I'm just going to be careful not to burn out these tyres. Perez has lucked out here. Up to 5th on a brand new set of tyres. He's brought himself right back into contention. That's not good news for us. I still can't get over the fact that the rest of the field went with softs. They're going to have to stop again, I'm sure of it. We're getting under so much pressure in these opening laps of the restart here. I'm starting to wonder whether I should maybe have gone softs as well.
So use energy.
Yeah, copy.
I have to use my battery just to stay with the Ferraris until the DRS. You can see Verstappen's almost a second clear again already. It certainly helps Hamilton. Although again, he's going to have to make another stop. The guys who have got new softs on, so like Ocon and Magnussen, Albon, Vettel, they might, if they're careful with their tyres, they might be able to get those to stretch. They're going to be absolutely dog turd tyres at the very end of it, but it's an odd strategy choice. Maybe they don't have another set of mediums. Maybe they burnt their mediums in practice. DRS is active straight away. I was not expecting that, so I'm glad I pushed that lap. Because otherwise we would have been dropped. As it is, we've now actually managed to gap Perez slightly. I do kind of want to look after these tyres a little bit.
So back off.
Let me just see if I can hang with them on a lap like this. I'm wary of the fact that they are going to make another stop, and that pace they're going to have compared to us at the end is going to be brutally fast. They're going to be reeling us in by 2, maybe 3 seconds a lap. You only need about 18 seconds here as well.
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
Copy.
Trying to burn the fuel off without burning up the tyres, which is why I've dropped the tyre pace down a bit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hang with them. I don't think I am.
Happy to push.
Copy.
Yeah, we've lost the DRS. Maybe we can get it back under braking.
So use energy if you need it.
Yeah, copy.
And Sainz has managed to stay with Verstappen, so the fact that the DRS came on at the end of the first lap, or second lap, rather than the normal 2-lap delay, has kept him in check. Otherwise, he'd have been gone. If he'd had 2 laps without DRS, he'd have been well clear. And I just can't get on the back of him yet. I'm not going to have any battery left for the end of the lap now. I can only afford to burn my tyres with this higher fuel rate for so long before I have to either turn the tyres down or turn the fuel burn down. I've got to stay with them though on this corner.
So we just need to push now.
Yeah, copy.
I can't lose the DRS. And even though I'm pushing the tyres and the fuel, I'm not going to have the launch without battery, so yeah. Alright, so I think we're going to have to play it smart. We're going to have to consolidate, and we're just going to have to fight for fourth. And then if we can get anything better than fourth, that's a bonus. If we can get a podium out of this, I'll be delighted. Absolutely delighted. But I need to protect these tyres, because I do think they're either going to one stop, or if they're going to stop again, or if they're not, they will come back to us, because their pace will drop off dramatically as those tyres burn up. So instead, we won't chase the front three. We'll hang with Alonso and Perez.
That's a good overtake from Alpine.
Okay, so it may seem like I've just self-destructed by letting both of them get past me, but I've put some battery back in the car. I'm easing off the tyres, trying to think long term here. I want to get this car back into a position where it can fight at the end. And like I said, their tyres will start dropping off a lot faster than ours will. And if we do get another safety car, I've got brand new softs to really fly at them. And they're not going to have brand new softs. I just got to make sure I can stay with these two. If I lose these two, I'm in real trouble. Need to burn off the excess fuel weight. Going to be some micromanaging of tyres, I think, through the second and third sectors, as well as the ERS. I'm hoping as well that Perez will have enough pace to kind of drag us a little bit closer to the Ferraris, maybe, if the Ferraris stay up front. Perez is doing a 147.6. Yeah, I'm not sure. If Ferraris do 147.3s, Hamilton's still down in 15th, has not really made any progress through the field. Sainz being in front of Verstappen is the absolute best thing for us, because it's stopping Verstappen from sprinting away. And I didn't need to change the tyre pace at all there, and we're still within less than half a second, so I think that these softs are already starting to struggle. Yeah, they are, look. They're already at 60%. How are we looking actually compared to the other? They're at 74, they're at 78. It's still a little higher than I would like in terms of our wear rate. It's because I'm burning this extra fuel. I'd like to get down to about 1 kilo of extra fuel. So I've still got a little bit more I'd like to burn off. I am cognizant of the fact that Ocon is closing. We're getting there with the battery. It's almost almost where I need it to be. Fuel load is still coming down. Fortunately, so is the tyres. They're starting to push, which makes me think they're getting ready to do a pit stop.
You can use energy.
Yeah, copy.
I'm wondering if I should go for an undercut and just go for softs now. Yeah, there's no way those tyres are going to last. Yeah. I did wonder if you'd pick up on that one there. We're going to push. We're going to push these tyres for the next lap or two. And then we're going to try and undercut these guys, because they're going to have to stop again. There's no way they can not. And we're going to throw on some brand new softs and just try and undercut them. If they don't stop, this could go horribly, horribly wrong, but I don't know. I'm banking on them pitting. But even if they don't, we're still going to be brutally quick with brand new softs. I don't think anyone else has got brand new softs left. And we are losing track position to Ocon at the moment. We're not closing on the Ferraris. Max is kind of stretching the lead a little bit. This is a real gamble. 18 seconds is going to put us around Norris and Joe, in that kind of area. It's not ideal.
We've got loads of energy.
Copy.
We've got to go for it, I think.
Box, box.
Copy, box.
It's a hell of a gamble. It really is. We might get out ahead of Hamilton. It's going to be close with Hamilton. I think we're going to come out just behind Norris. But we're going to have so much more grip. And a full battery. And fuel to burn as well. We're going to be lightning fast. This is a hell of a gamble I'm taking here.
Yeah, copy.
But even if it's like with a couple of laps to go, I can't see, at least a good chunk of the AI having
Just
to, not pitting.
Pit limiter.
I can't see their tyres lasting. I mean, look at them. They're at less than 50%. Even if they do stay out, their pace is going to be, hopefully, garbage. There goes Hamilton and Norris, so we're going to come out right behind them, but with pace to spare. So here we go. This is going to be a very tense 9 laps to go. We've got to make up 20 seconds in 9 laps. It's a hell of an ask. Evening, Corey.
Use energy if you need.
Okay, copy.
Okay, that's Norris.
That's it.
We're in the DRS as well, so we're going to get Hamilton. Not on this straight, but on the next one.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
There we go, that's Hamilton. So 3 seconds to Vettel. Verstappen did a 148.2, split the difference. We're looking at about a 148.0, 148.1. Let's see what we do at the end of this lap. If we don't do a 146, we're in real trouble. I'm hoping we might even do a 145, but that might be a bit too optimistic. We've already halved the gap to Vettel. See if we can get him on this straight.
So use energy.
Copy.
Alright, we're going to get the DRS. This is what I was hoping we'd be able to do, is just leapfrog our way through the field by DRS catapulting ourselves, up even faster. We did a 145.5, okay, we're 3 seconds faster than Verstappen, so it's... the wind's not on, I don't think, but we're definitely on with a chance of hunting down Perez. Although we're being blocked, that does not help us at all. We need to get him on the run to the castle.
You can use energy. Use energy. You can use energy.
Copy.
There we go. We got the power down. We got the move done. 3 seconds to Albon. Up to 12th. And we are now 13 seconds off the back of Perez. It's on. Perez is on. Beyond that, I don't think it's possible, unless they pit. I'm still kind of hoping they're going to pit. Look at the tire. Sainz pits! He's gone for softs. How bad are those softs? Bottas pits. That's one less car to overtake. There's Sainz. His tyres are at 87%, so they're scrubs. They are scrubs. But they're now in the same position as us, tyre-wise. Not quite sure what happened there, but we're right on the back of Sainz and Gasly here. If the rest of the leaders pit, the win is on. It's going to be a hell of a
Looks like
task,
Aston Martin
but
have just gained a race position.
we're up to 9th. We're in the DRS.
Copy.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
And now we can start to rebuild that battery that we've absolutely rinsed over the last couple of laps. Gasly boxes.
5 more laps. 5 more laps.
Anyone boxing now is going to drop so far down the order.
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
Copy.
Happy to push.
Copy.
Sold him a dummy. We're back in the points. Perez and Alonso pit.
So
We've got
4 more laps
sights.
to go. 4 more laps.
Copy.
Can we hold him? Oh, it's going to be tight. Let's tuck in behind him. Let's get him on the start-finish straight. Leclerc and Verstappen's tyres are mud.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
They're doing 148.7s. Ocon's doing a 149. Now that Sainz and I are in clear air, we're going to be so much faster than the pair of them. There's Ocon. So right now we're fighting Sainz for a podium. Leclerc pits.
Drop back a bit.
And Ocon pits. We're on the podium. If Verstappen boxes next lap, we're fighting for the win.
3 more laps. 3 more laps.
Can we win this race? There's Leclerc. He's going to come out behind us. Oh, it's going to be a three-way fight. This is going to be very uncomfortable for the next 2-3 laps. I questioned whether I'd made the right call before and after I made it. I just had this feeling that they would stop.
So we just need to push now.
Copy.
I need Verstappen to box this lap. He will come out behind Leclerc if he does. He's staying out. His tyres are dead. We're nearly 3 seconds faster than him.
2 more laps, 2 more laps.
2.5 seconds faster. We're not going to catch him unless he boxes. But yeah, I'll take the podium. I'll take the podium all day long. And if we can sneak a win. He's at 26%. Is he going to box? Oh. I genuinely don't know if he's going to box or not. He looks slow.
Can use energy.
Yeah, copy.
Is he boxing? No, he's staying out. So he's going to win the race, but his tyres are shot.
So this is last lap. This is last lap.
And this is us making the move for the win. Oh, I say for the win, for second. Oh, Sainz, you utter bastard.
Copy.
We had him. We absolutely had him, and then he just swerved at the last second and blocked us. Can we get him here? Oh, there was that little wobble. He nearly had us again. We're side by side. Can we get this move done? Not through the castle section. Come on, second place. I can taste it. Can I get him on the run to the line? Trying to go around the outside here. This is the last of my battery. Don't run out of fuel. Don't run out of fuel. We've got a yellow flag.
Car in number 1.
Oh, Stroll. I was hoping for a second it was Verstappen.
It's Lance Stroll.
It's not. But we're into second. Can we hold second?
Aston Martin with a great
Do not run out of fuel.
They've moved up a place.
I ran out of fuel.
Max Verstappen over the finish.
Oh, we pushed. We still got a podium, but oh man, what a finish. Everyone stopping to give us a little congratulations thumbs up there. That's how I like to to explain that slowdown there. Yay, good job, buddy. Unfortunately, we don't get to see the celebration
What an incredible
on the podium.
outcome for Aston Martin's driver. Today, Aston Martin demonstrated that they can go very far indeed.
You can see that the team runs like a well-oiled machine. Everything was precise and on point this weekend.
The end this weekend in 5th place in the constructor standings.
For the next round in Formula One, the teams are travelling to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal.
Whew. We lost second place by 0.03 of a second. That is that's kind of a little tough to swallow, but hell, we made a hell of a race out of it. It was so close. If we'd been able to get past Sainz on the run between turns 2 and 3, if he hadn't blocked us there, we wouldn't have had the fuel issue, because I could have dialed that fuel down as opposed to still pushing to try and get the pass done in the second half of the lap. And we would have had second. We're only 9 seconds off Verstappen in the end. His final pace was awful. Let's see, what was his pace across the line? He did a 1:49.9 on his final lap. We did a 1:47.6. Yeah, we were hunting him down, but you know, he didn't pit. He hung on. So, mixed fortunes in the race. Felipe crashing out early hurt us quite badly, especially considering what else happened in the race. I can imagine we could have had a double podium. We could even have actually won the race with Felipe's pace against Max in that closing stage. But we got a podium out of it anyway, so I can't complain too much. 6 massive points for the team. We outscore Alpine substantially. They get 1 point for Ocon finishing in 8th. In the Drivers' Championship, Max again just stretches that lead over his teammate. It's back up to 17 points. That's nearly 2 full race wins of a lead. Charles gets a few points and closes the gap on Perez a little bit. Russell gets some more points. Hamilton, again, no scoring for Hamilton. Another race with no points for him. His season is really starting to implode a little bit. Sainz gets some well-needed points to close the gap on Lewis, but in the constructors, this is where it's more important. Ferrari overtake Mercedes. They retake second spot, and it's going to be a tight race between those two, Ferrari and Mercedes, for second place. Red Bull are gone. No one's going to catch Red Bull. They are so far ahead, 53 points clear. That's 5 race wins, clear. That's a huge result, in terms of points at this early stage to be that far ahead already. We closed the gap to just 1 point in the battle for 4th with Alpine. Oh, that's going to be a hell of a fight for the rest of the season, and I think we could be really good in Canada, although I'm probably going to take new engines at Canada, so we're going to be starting further back from the back of the grid. I'm going to take new engines. I'm going to take a new gearbox for Freddie, and we might need to take a new gearbox for Felipe following that crash, and I'll take new ERS modules as well, because the ones we've got won't last the full season without us having to suffer at some point. Freddie gets a huge number of experience points. An exceptional race for him. 14 overtakes, 5 defences, 26 failed overtakes, 7 failed defences. Very short race for Felipe. Only gets a good rating. Missed out on a lot of the race. But he was busy in those opening laps, so he did get a few points. And they are both going to get developmental points, which is good. We achieved our sponsorship goals, although we failed the finish position because we only got one car to finish. I've got a spare chassis, which might not be a spare anymore. Let's deal with these points first of all. Let's boost Freddie's braking again. I want to get that up to 80. Let's boost Felipe's cornering up to, towards 80. Let's check our staff. Do we have any points? Forgot to give Ben his new point, didn't I? Nah, never mind. Let's improve his pit crew management. And let's have a look at the warehouse. So we do need another chassis. That spare chassis is straight on the car, as I kind of figured it would be. So let's make another chassis. We are 4 days away. Rushing will get me one for day 2. Let's rush 2. There we go. Any other parts that we need to make? We've got one spare rear wing, one spare underfloor. We do need a new spare front wing, especially if we don't have one in development. So let's go ahead and make a spare front wing. Just going to make the one, because I do want to make a new front wing at some point soon. What else? Anything else? I'm not going to bother with the suspension because we've got a new suspension coming. Side pods, I never make more than 2 anyway, and we've got new side pods coming. We have got a new chassis coming, but I do want to have a spare, just in case we stick it in the wall again. In practice or quali. So let's now have a look at the powertrain situation. How much damage did we do to Felipe's car? So this is Freddie's engine, and let's have a look at Felipe's. No damage to the engine, that's good. ERS module, no damage to that. What about the gearbox? Did that take a whack? No, we actually came away with very little damage to the car at all. I mean, we broke a chassis, but we didn't break anything in the power units, or at least do any significant damage to the power units. That's important. That helps. So let's check in with our inbox. Board, we're delighted. Let's check in with the board. It's just a string of delighteds with the performances that we've been turning in. We have made good progress again. We are now 5 out of 11 on the long-term points contender objective, which runs until the end of next season. If we can get that done this season, that will just secure us brilliantly with the board. And we're well on target for 7th or above. We are just a point off 4th right now in the constructors, so that's looking good as well. Let's have a quick overview of our facilities. Anything in need of a refurb? Nope, not there. Race simulator is good for a couple more races before that starts to get a bit iffy. Everything here's good. There's our spare front wing. And there we go. We are ready to advance to the next race, tomorrow night's race, which will be Canada, and another race where I think we're going to do very well. Even if we do have to fight through the field, I think we've still got a chance of getting to the bottom end of the points. We'll be trying to target 7th and 8th. Because we will be starting at the back. I am taking new engines and new ERS modules and at least one new gearbox, for Freddie's car as well. So it's going to be a struggle to fight our way through. But if we can kind of show the pace when we push that we did in Baku, here at Canada as well, we will definitely be able to carve our way through the field. And again, this is a circuit where it is possible to overtake. It's not a circuit where it's tricky. There are multiple places where we can try and force an overtake. Obviously, we've got the main straight and the build up to that on the approach to the pits from the hairpin that you can see in the picture there. Those are two prime overtaking opportunities. If we get a good launch out of turn 2 to that little right-left chicane, you can get an overtake done there. If you've got a good acceleration and a tyre advantage or power advantage, you can get an overtake squeeze through there. The DRS straight at the end of sector 1 beginning of sector 2 is obviously a good place, and sometimes on the run down to the hairpin you can get an overtake there as well. So plenty of opportunities for us to fight our way through. We're going to have a good car going into the next Grand Prix. With only 4 days between races, I'm not expecting the AI to bring much in the way of upgrades. We'll check that tomorrow. So yeah, I think a good fight through the field tomorrow is going to make for an exciting race. And again, safety cars can change the race, and the Canadian Grand Prix is well known for safety cars, so there is every possibility that we can try and capitalize on that. What's the weather going to be like? Let's have a quick look. It's going to be a wet race. It's going to be a very wet race. That's going to be Imola levels of unpredictability then, because our drivers are going to struggle in those changing conditions. When the conditions are settled, we'll be good. But yeah, okay, that puts a new spin on things. We're still going to go ahead and make those take those penalties. I think this is a circuit where we can still fight our way through. But yes, that's gonna throw a wrinkle into it. So we'll see how it goes. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager Challenge Mode very soon.